My beloved soul, the heavens are whispering about you right now. The angels are leaning closer, their wings brushing against the silence around your life, and they are saying something so important that I must bring it to your ears before this moment passes. They are saying, there is someone who is not talking to you, but their silence is not emptiness, it is filled with hidden meanings, with words unsaid, with emotions unspoken, with truths too heavy for their lips to carry. This message is not ordinary, and I beg you to stay with me until the very end, because what you are about to hear could change how you see yourself, your relationships, and the path that unfolds before you. Do not scroll, stay until the last word, because heaven has chosen you for this revelation. Sometimes silence is louder than thunder. The angels are saying that this person's silence towards you is not rejection. It is not hate. It is not abandonment. Their silence is a doorway, a veil covering the hidden reality of their heart. Deep down, this person carries thoughts of you that they cannot voice, and heaven is revealing that you have been asking yourself, why do they not speak? Why do they not reach out? Did I mean so little that I could be forgotten? And the angels shake their heads and say, no, child, you were never forgotten. You were never invisible. Their silence is not absence. Their silence is a battle within themselves. Listen carefully now, because this is where it becomes important. Angels are saying that if you stay, if you open your spirit, if you receive this message fully, you will understand what heaven is trying to plant in your heart. The silence you have been enduring is a part of your preparation, not your punishment. The person who is not talking to you has been restrained by forces they themselves cannot explain, pride, fear, pain, or even destiny itself holding their tongue. But every time they keep silent, heaven hears the words they wanted to speak, and those words are carried by angels straight into your spirit. That is why you still feel them. That is why, even in silence, you sense their presence. My dear listener, don't scroll, don't move away. Stay with me until the end because the angels are revealing the secret step by step. Their message is that your life has entered a divine season where unspoken truths are about to be uncovered. Every silence that has been suffocating you will soon be broken. Every question you carried will soon receive an answer. Every hidden thought will soon stand exposed in the light. But you must hear this before it is too late, because this is your moment of awakening. This is your moment to realize that heaven was always speaking to you even when people were not. Angels are saying, your tears were not ignored. Your prayers did not vanish into the void. Your loneliness was never unnoticed. Every quiet moment of your pain was seen, and every silent cry you made was written in heaven's book. The reason someone is not talking to you is not because you are unworthy, it is because heaven needed you to understand that your worth is not tied to their words, your value is not tied to their attention, and your destiny is not tied to their decisions. Heaven is separating your identity from their silence. Heaven is making you strong enough to stand even when no one claps, to believe even when no one reassures, to love even when no one affirms. This is your season of divine strength, and it is only the beginning. Stay until the end, because the angels are about to shift your perspective. They are saying that silence is not always punishment. Sometimes silence is protection. Sometimes heaven allows someone to fall silent towards you, not because they don't care, but because their words could have damaged you if they were spoken prematurely. Angels are showing me that if certain conversations had happened earlier, they would have broken your spirit. If certain truths had been told before time, they would have crushed your hope. But heaven in its wisdom said, "Not yet. Wait. Let silence teach. Let silence protect. Let silence prepare." This is why you are hearing this message right now. Because the time of silence is ending, and the time of unveiling is near. Someone's silence will not last forever. Soon their mouth will open, soon their words will come, soon the confession they carry will spill out like rivers. And when it does, you will understand why heaven told you to listen before it's too late. You will see that their silence was the soil, and your patience was the seed, and together they grew a harvest of truth. Beloved soul, don't scroll, don't rush away. This message is meant for you, and it is not by accident that you are watching this video on my new channel right now. The angels are making sure you are hearing this, because they want you to know that your life is entering alignment with destiny. They are whispering that soon, someone who has been distant, quiet, or absent will return with words you were longing to hear. But the question heaven asks you is this: will you be ready to receive them? Will you have the strength not to let their words define you, but instead let your spirit stand in its own light? And now the angels lean closer, and they say, "Stay until the end, because there is more." They reveal that silence has also been a test for you. It has tested your patience, your faith, your love, and your endurance. It has tested whether you will crumble without affirmation or whether you will rise in quiet strength. And heaven is proud of you, because though you stumbled, though you wept, though you doubted, you did not let go. You did not give up. You kept breathing, kept hoping, kept believing, and that is why the angels are rewarding you with this message. This is not the end of the silence, it is the end of its power over you. It will not control you anymore. It will not confuse you anymore. It will not define you anymore. Instead, heaven is turning it into clarity, into strength, into wisdom. And when this person finally speaks, you will no longer tremble. You will no longer depend. You will no longer beg. You will listen, but you will also know that heaven had already spoken to you first. That is your power. That is your gift. That is your inheritance. Stay with me, don't scroll. Heaven wants you to stay until the last breath of this video, because there is still more for you to hear. And as you stay, I ask you to join this new channel by subscribing and sharing, not for me, but for the message heaven is pouring into you. So that others like you, who are suffocating in silence, may also find their freedom, their strength, their hope. Angels are saying, someone is not talking to you, but listen to this before it's too late. Listen carefully, beloved soul, because heaven is not finished yet. What you heard before was only the opening of the message. The angels are saying there is a layer underneath the silence, something deeper that your heart has felt but your mind has not fully understood. They say, this person's silence is not only about what they cannot say, it is also about what they are afraid to lose if they speak. Their words are tied to fear. Their quietness is bound by chains of insecurity, guilt, or pride. Yet their spirit cries your name in secret. And heaven is showing that you have been sensing their unspoken pull, like a soft wind brushing against your heart even when the room is empty. The angels are saying that silence itself has been the language between you and this person. You may not realize it, but silence carries meaning just as powerfully as speech. The nights when you sat wondering why they did not call, heaven recorded your thoughts. The days when you checked your phone and saw no message, heaven saw your disappointment. Every unanswered question, every ignored word, every unspoken truth was never wasted. It was gathered in the higher realms, woven into the divine story that is unfolding for you now. And the angels are whispering, "Stay until the end, because what heaven is preparing to reveal will free you from years of confusion." Do not scroll. Stay with me, because the angels want to explain the hidden beauty of silence. They are saying, silence is not only absence. Silence is space. Space where God can speak. Space where healing can enter. Space where truth can ripen. You have felt silence as a wound, but heaven sees it as soil. And in that soil, something is growing. That is why you still feel a pull, why you still sense unfinished threads. Because silence has been nurturing something behind the curtain. Something is about to bloom. But before that bloom comes, heaven wants you to see yourself clearly. The angels are saying, you have been living with questions that do not belong to you. You have been carrying guilt that was never yours. You thought their silence meant you were unworthy, unwanted, unloved. But listen, heaven is shouting this truth: you are not the reason for their silence. You were never the reason. Their silence belongs to their own battles, their own fears, their own weaknesses. Heaven has kept you strong in the waiting so you would not be destroyed by the lies you told yourself. Stay with me until the end, because the angels are pulling back another veil. They are saying that sometimes silence is God's way of speaking louder than words. If this person had spoken when you wanted, you might have missed the voice of heaven that was calling you into deeper strength. If they had explained themselves early, you might have leaned on their explanation instead of leaning on God's revelation. Heaven allowed silence so you would not depend on them, but instead discover that your soul is held, loved, and guided by something far higher. Beloved, I must tell you what I see. Your journey has been marked by unanswered questions, but heaven says those questions are turning into answers now. Someone who has not spoken will be moved to speak. A truth hidden in silence will surface. An unspoken confession will find its voice. And when that happens, you will not crumble, you will stand. Because the silence has trained you. The silence has forged you. The silence has made you stronger than you ever realized. Do not scroll away, because this is the part the angels want you to remember. They are saying, silence is not the end of your story. Silence is the preparation for your unveiling. In the silence, you have been learning patience. In the silence, you have been gaining wisdom. In the silence, you have been discovering who you are without applause, without validation, without constant approval. That is why heaven says you are ready. Ready for words that will finally come, ready for revelations that will no longer stay hidden, ready for the moment when silence breaks and destiny speaks. And I say to you, my dear listener, heaven did not bring you here by accident. This message is not random. If you are hearing it, it is because the angels made sure your spirit would not miss it. They are telling me to tell you, your waiting has not been in vain. Your silence has not been wasted. Your tears have not been ignored. The heavens are bending toward you now, and the silence that once pained you is about to transform into clarity and peace. So, hold on. Stay. Do not leave before the end. The last part of this message carries your release. And while you stay, I invite you to subscribe to this new channel and share it forward, not for numbers, but for light. Because someone else, just like you, is drowning in silence, and your choice to spread this message may be their lifeline. The angels conclude by saying this: you were never forgotten. You were never abandoned. Silence was not the absence of love, it was the womb of transformation. And now, beloved, you are stepping into a season where silence gives birth to speech, where distance gives way to closeness, where unanswered questions turn into divine revelations. Stay till the very end. Heaven is not finished with you yet. Angels are saying, someone is not talking to you, but listen to this before it's too late. Beloved soul, let me take you deeper, because heaven is not finished speaking. You have carried silence like a weight on your chest, and you have wondered why it has lasted so long. But angels are revealing something powerful now. The silence of this person is not only about their weakness, it is also about your elevation. Heaven has been using this silence as a tool, shaping you, chiseling you, lifting you to a place where words can no longer manipulate you. What you thought was emptiness was actually the hand of God carving strength inside your spirit. The angels are saying, if they had spoken sooner, you might have settled for less than what you deserve. If they had reached out quickly, you may have mistaken temporary attention for eternal love. If they had explained themselves early, you may have allowed their words to define your worth. But heaven said, no. Let silence separate the temporary from the eternal. Let silence test what is real and what is fleeting. Let silence show the difference between human approval and divine affirmation. And now here you are, listening to this message, and heaven is smiling upon you because you survived what others thought would break you. You endured the silence without losing your fire. You endured rejection without losing your dignity. You endured absence without losing your hope. And the angels are saying, because you endured, you are about to inherit something greater than words. You are about to step into the season of revelation. Stay with me, don't scroll. Don't rush away, because this part is for you. The angels are saying, there is a truth hidden in silence that is now ready to emerge. This truth will not just explain the past, it will heal the present and prepare your future. Heaven is showing me that soon, clarity will walk into your life like the rising of the morning sun. What was hidden will shine. What was confusing will make sense. What was silent will finally speak. But heaven is asking you one thing: will you be ready to hear? Because the angels are saying, not every word spoken deserves to control your heart. Not every explanation deserves to shape your identity. When they finally speak, you must remember that heaven already told you first: you are chosen, you are seen, you are loved, you are worthy. And this is why heaven arranged for you to be here, hearing this message right now. Because your spirit needed this anchor before the words arrive. Heaven needed to prepare your heart so that when their silence breaks, you will not be shaken, you will be steady. You will listen, but you will not collapse. You will hear, but you will not surrender your peace. Instead, you will stand with dignity, because heaven already affirmed you in advance. Stay till the end, my dear one, because this is not just encouragement, this is prophecy for your life. The angels are saying that even though this person has not spoken, their spirit has been restless. They think of you more than you realize. They remember your kindness, your presence, your light. And though their lips are sealed, their soul has been crying out. Heaven hears what they do not say. Heaven records what they cannot admit. And heaven passes it to you now through this message so that you know, you were never forgotten. The silence is about to end, but it is ending in a way you did not expect. The angels are saying, when they finally reach for you, you will not be desperate, you will be discerning. When they finally confess, you will not be empty, you will be whole. When they finally explain, you will not be broken, you will be healed. This is the reversal heaven has prepared for you. The silence that once wounded you has become the training ground for your strength. So listen carefully. Do not scroll, don't move away. The angels want this carved into your spirit. Your value is not in their silence, and your freedom is not in their speech. Your value is in heaven's choice of you, and your freedom is in the truth God has already spoken over you. That is why you are unstoppable now. That is why silence no longer scares you. That is why heaven is ready to lift you into the next season. And as you stay till the end of this message, I invite you again to subscribe to this channel and share it with others, because just like you, there are millions drowning in silence. They need to hear that heaven is speaking louder than human absence. You may be the reason someone else finds their hope again. Beloved soul, remember this as I close this part: silence was not your enemy. Silence was your teacher. And now, silence is stepping aside, because the season of truth has come. Stay strong, stay steady, and stay connected until the end. Heaven is still speaking. Angels are saying. Someone is not talking to you, but listen to this before it's too late. Beloved listener, stay close now, because the angels are still unfolding the story. The silence you have endured is not meaningless. It has been a bridge, carrying you from one version of yourself into another. Angels are saying, the silence you thought was rejection was actually elevation. The silence you thought was emptiness was actually preparation. The silence you thought was abandonment was actually protection. Heaven was never ignoring you. Heaven was never punishing you. Heaven was building you into someone who can stand in light even when surrounded by shadows. The angels are whispering, this person who has not spoken to you is not absent from your destiny. But heaven had to pause their voice so your spirit could discover its own sound. Heaven had to silence them so your ears could hear God more clearly. Heaven had to close one mouth so that the entire chorus of heaven could sing into your soul. And now, because you stayed through the silence, because you endured through the quiet, you are ready for the new season where silence breaks and truth flows. Stay with me till the end. Don't scroll. Because what I am about to tell you is the turning point. Angels are saying, soon the words you never heard will finally arrive. Soon the explanations you craved will be released. Soon the conversations you longed for will begin. But by then you will be different. You will not need those words to define you. You will not crave those explanations to survive. You will not cling to those conversations to validate your worth. You will receive them, but you will already be whole. Do you feel that, beloved soul? Do you feel the shift in your spirit even as you listen? That is heaven working on you right now. That is angels planting strength inside your heart. They are saying, you no longer depend on silence to hurt you, and you no longer depend on speech to heal you. You depend on heaven, and heaven is enough. This is the secret strength that is rising in you. This is the gift that silence has produced. And yet, heaven wants you to know something about this person. Their silence was not empty of feeling. Their silence was heavy with unsaid words. They thought of you more than you realize. They missed you more than they admit. They carried your memory in their private hours, even when their lips never confessed it. And the angels are saying, do not mistake their silence as forgetfulness. It was not forgetfulness. It was fear. It was pride. It was timing. But their spirit was never far from you. Beloved soul, I urge you, stay until the last word, because what is coming is the most important part. The angels say, when they return with their voice, you will have the choice. You will choose whether to hold on or to release. You will choose whether to forgive or to walk away. You will choose whether to let their words build or to let them fade. This is your freedom. Silence once held you captive, but now you are the one who holds authority. And here is the deeper truth, silence has been your mirror. It showed you your wounds. It showed you your strength. It showed you your patience. It showed you your faith. And now heaven is saying, the silence has done its work. You are no longer the same. You are stronger, wiser, and more anchored than ever before. So do not despise the silence. Do not regret the silence. Do not fear the silence. Because silence was heaven's secret gift, even though it hurt. And now, that gift is being unwrapped in front of you. Clarity is coming. Revelation is coming. Speech is coming. The end of confusion is near. Stay here, don't scroll, don't move away. Because this message is not finished yet. And as you stay, I invite you to subscribe and share this new channel, not just for you, but for countless others who feel suffocated in silence. Your choice to share may be the very rope that pulls someone else out of despair. Remember this as you carry part 4 in your heart: silence was not your enemy, silence was your classroom. You graduated from its lessons. And now heaven is preparing your reward. Be ready, because soon silence will break, and when it does, you will no longer be broken. You will be whole. Angels are saying, someone is not talking to you, but listen to this before it's too late. Beloved heart, here we are again, and heaven is still not done with you. The angels are leaning closer, and they say, this silence has been more than a season, it has been a journey. But now, the journey is shifting. What felt like an endless waiting is about to become a divine unveiling. Listen carefully. Don't scroll away, because these words are like keys, unlocking doors you thought would never open. The angels are saying, this person's silence was never meant to destroy you. It was meant to refine you. And you, yes you, listening right now, you did not crumble. You did not let the silence drown you. Even in your weakest nights, you held on. Even in your loneliest days, you refused to let hope die. And heaven has recorded your endurance. Heaven has written your faith in its book. Heaven has marked your tears like diamonds stored in sacred jars. Stay with me until the end, because the angels are showing me a vision. They say, a moment is coming soon when silence will break in an unexpected way. Words you thought you would never hear will arrive. A confession you thought was buried will surface. A voice you thought was lost will reach you again. And when that happens, beloved, it will not shake you, it will strengthen you. Because you will know heaven already spoke louder before they ever opened their mouth. This is why silence had to last this long. Heaven was building you in secret. Heaven was pulling you closer. Heaven was stripping away every false belief that your worth was tied to someone else's words. And now, the angels are smiling because you stand taller than you realize. They whisper, your silence season was your growth season. Your unanswered questions were the soil where wisdom was planted. Your tears watered seeds of strength. And now, a harvest is near. Beloved, pause and breathe this in. You are not the same person who entered silence months or years ago. You have become someone stronger, someone deeper, someone brighter. And that is why heaven says, when the silence ends, you will not go back to weakness. You will not go back to begging for answers. You will stand as someone transformed by the very thing that tried to break you. Don't scroll away, stay till the end, because there is more. Angels are saying, the person who did not speak may not fully understand what heaven has done in you. They may still see you as you were, but heaven knows who you have become. And soon, their eyes will open. They will see the glow of wisdom on your face, the strength in your spirit, the peace in your presence. And whether they confess it or not, their silence will no longer control you. Heaven wants you to understand this, silence has ended your dependence. Silence has made you whole without applause. Silence has taught you to live without constant approval. And because of this, you are free. Free from needing validation. Free from being trapped by someone's absence. Free to step into the destiny heaven designed for you. Beloved, this is the part the angels say you must not forget, you were never less because they were silent. You were never invisible because they were distant. You were never unwanted because they did not speak. You have always been chosen, seen, loved, and carried by heaven. Stay with me, don't leave, because this is still unfolding. The angels reveal that soon, silence will turn into testimony. The pain of the quiet season will turn into stories of strength. The loneliness will turn into a light that helps others who are struggling. And your choice to remain faithful, to endure, to stay, that choice will inspire people you may never even meet. And so I say to you, with heaven's authority, you are rising. You are stepping into a season of clarity. You are entering a chapter where silence no longer defines you, but instead testifies of your victory. And as you hear this, I ask you to subscribe to this channel and share this message, not for me, but so that another soul lost in silence may also discover that heaven has been speaking all along. Beloved, carry this truth with you: silence was never the end of your story. It was the classroom for your growth, the soil for your strength, the sacred space where heaven shaped you. And now, because you stayed faithful, the story is shifting. The silence is ending. The unveiling is near. And when it arrives, you will stand not as someone broken, but as someone whole. Angels are saying, someone is not talking to you, but listen to this before it's too late. Beloved soul, the angels are still speaking, and this time their voices are stronger, clearer, almost urgent in their love for you. They are saying, silence is about to shift into something you never expected. What you endured in hidden tears is preparing to echo as testimony in front of others. Yes, child of light, what you thought was abandonment was actually preparation for elevation. Stay close, don't scroll, because this moment carries your release. The angels are revealing that the person who has been silent is not without thoughts of you. Their lips were sealed, but their heart has been restless. In their quiet hours, when no one was watching, your memory entered their spirit like a whisper they could not erase. And though they chose silence, heaven chose revelation. That is why you are hearing this message now, so you would know that their silence did not mean you were forgotten. The angels are saying, there will come a time soon when silence breaks, but by then, you will not be the same person who once begged for answers. You will be stronger. You will be wiser. You will carry peace like a crown upon your head. Their words will not control you anymore. Their silence will not wound you anymore. For heaven has already affirmed you in a voice louder than both their absence and their speech. Beloved, can you feel it? The atmosphere around your spirit is shifting even as you listen. The angels are pouring strength into you now, strength that silence tried to steal, strength that absence tried to break. They say, the season of silence was not meant to destroy you, it was meant to expose the eternal voice of heaven inside you. That voice has carried you through lonely nights, through unanswered questions, through days of wondering why. And that same voice is preparing to lift you higher. Stay till the end, because this is the secret heaven wants you to carry. What silence took away, God will return multiplied. What silence delayed, God will accelerate. What silence hid, God will reveal. And it will not come through begging. It will not come through chasing. It will not come through desperation. It will come as a gift, poured gently into your hands because you trusted even when you did not understand. The angels are showing me that silence has been your training ground. You learned patience when you wanted answers. You learned hope when you saw nothing changing. You learned faith when every door seemed closed. And now those lessons are not wasted. They are your foundation. They are your hidden treasures. They are the reason heaven says you are ready for the next chapter. Beloved soul, hear me clearly, when this person finally speaks, it will not shake you, it will confirm you. When they finally explain, it will not define you, it will reveal what you already knew in your spirit. When they finally confess, you will not break, you will shine. That is the gift of silence. It has already delivered to you what their words could never have given. And so the angels declare, silence has ended its purpose. The chapter is turning. A new dawn is breaking. And soon you will see that heaven never left you, heaven never ignored you, heaven never abandoned you. Heaven was always speaking, even in the quiet. Stay with me until the last word. Don't scroll. Let this message sink into the deepest parts of your heart. And as you stay, I ask you to subscribe to this channel and share it, because someone else right now is battling the same silence you have survived. They need this hope, and your choice to spread it could be their rescue. Beloved, as part 6 closes, carry this truth: silence was not punishment. It was positioning. And now that you are positioned, the next sound you will hear will not be silence, it will be revelation. Get ready, for the heavens are preparing your unveiling.